So, when you hear the word apocalypse, what pops into your head? Probably the end, right? The final, for real, lights out end of everything. But what if all of that was just a reboot? Today, we're diving into a worldview where the end of the world isn't a period, it's just part of a giant cosmic loop.
No, I mean, really think about that for a second. What if the end was less like pulling the plug for good and more like just hitting a giant reset button? That one question, that single idea, is right at the heart of what the Hindu apocalypse is all about, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
You know, this idea of the end of days isn't some dusty, ancient thing nobody thinks about. It's a modern obsession. Seriously, you can see it everywhere in our culture today.
And it's truly a global fascination. I mean, Hollywood is absolutely obsessed with stories of survival after some big catastrophe. But it's not just them. In India, there's a huge and growing excitement for the same ideas, especially with films like the massive Kalki 2898 AD. It seems like all of us are just captivated by that question. What comes next?
Okay, so while our movies tend to tell one kind of story, Hindu cosmology offers a completely different, honestly, a kind of mind-bending perspective. And it all starts by totally rethinking our most basic concept: time itself. For most of us, time feels like a straight line, right? You're born, you live, you die. The universe had a big bang, and it's headed towards some kind of final end. But in the Hindu worldview, time isn't a line at all. Nope, it's a circle. It's an endless, repeating loop of creation, of preservation, of destruction, and then rebirth. So in this way of thinking, there's no such thing as one final apocalypse. It just keeps going. So this huge cosmic circle is broken down into 4 main ages, or yugas. It all starts off great with the Satya Yuga, a golden age of pure truth that lasts for over 1.7 million years. But from there, well, it's all downhill. With each new age, things get a little worse. Righteousness, morality, even how long people live, it all decays, spiraling down toward that final, darkest age. So out of all those ages, which one are we in now? You guessed it, according to the scriptures, we are living right now in that final, darkest, and most chaotic age of all, the Kali Yuga, the age of darkness.
And, you know, ancient texts like the Vishnu Purana get scarily specific about what this age looks like. They describe a world where wealth is the only thing that gives you status, and where lying is pretty much the only way to get ahead. Society itself starts to unravel. People become greedy and merciless, leaders are corrupt and harmful, and sickness is everywhere. Even things we take for granted like truthfulness and memory just start to fade away day by day.
I mean, the texts paint a really bleak picture of a society just collapsing under its own corruption. People are so crushed by their rulers and the hardship of the world that, as the Vishnu Purana says, they'll be forced to just abandon everything and take refuge in the mountains to survive. But okay, right when things hit rock bottom, when it all seems completely hopeless, a divine figure is prophesied to appear. And here's the key. He's not here to blow up the world. He's here to clean house, to hit the reset button on the whole cycle. And this figure is Kalki, the 10th and final incarnation or avatar of the preserver god Vishnu. The scriptures describe him in this incredibly powerful way, arriving like a comet with a blazing sword to basically purge the world of all the wickedness that has taken over. But look closely at his mission. It's not about total annihilation. He shows up to destroy evil for sure, but the ultimate goal is to wipe the slate clean, to bring back righteousness, and to kickstart the dawn of a brand new golden age, the next Satya Yuga. See? He's here to end the age, not the world. And this is where you need to brace yourself, because our whole sense of scale has to completely explode. Everything we just talked about, the end of our age, this massive cycle, the arrival of Kalki, in the grand cosmic scheme of things, that's just a blip. The real apocalypse, well, that happens on a timeline that is almost impossible for our minds to even process. Yeah, we're not talking about the end of an age anymore. We are talking about the end of the entire universe. This is the big one. It's an event called Pralaya, the Great Cosmic Dissolution. So to get this, we have to zoom out.
way out. Our current age, the Kali Yuga, is 432,000 years long. A full cycle of all 4 of those yugas together is about 4.32 million years. But then, look at that jump. To a kalpa. That's 1,000 of those full cycles. We're now talking about 4.32 billion years.
And get this. This is the part that will absolutely blow your mind. That insane stretch of time, 4.32 billion years, which, by the way, is older than planet Earth itself, is considered to be just one single day in the life of the creator god Brahma.
So what happens when Brahma's day is over? He goes to sleep. And that cosmic night, that period of rest, is what's called pralaya. It literally means dissolution or destruction. This is the true cosmic scale apocalypse. And his night? It lasts for another kalpa, another 4.32 billion years. During this pralaya, the lower realms of existence, including our world and even the heavens where the gods live, are all destroyed, consumed by fire or a great flood. But, and this is important, it's not a total wipeout. The higher planes where the most righteous souls are remain safe. And when Brahma's night is over, 4.32 billion years later, he awakens and boom, creation begins all over again.
And this cycle of a cosmic day and night just keeps on repeating for Brahma's entire lifespan, which is a completely mind-numbing 311 times trillion years. And after that, a new Brahma emerges and the whole cosmic show starts over from scratch. It really drives home the point. In this view, the end is truly always just another beginning.
Which brings us right back to our first question. If time is an infinite loop and every end is just setting the stage for a new beginning, then what does the end truly mean? It suggests that our existence isn't a story with a final chapter, but a cosmic wheel that turns forever. So what changes for you when you see time not as a line, but as a circle?